Mothra Titan echoes. The Yunnan Rainforest, China 2020. A panda is trapped underneath a helicopter as it cries for help. A giant shadow looms over. It uses its silk to pull the downcopter. As the panda gets up, it nods at the giant. It's Mothra. The natives call it Leo. Mothra Leo. The natives see the giant as it crawls away. Eileen Chen watches from afar as it burrows underground. 13 years later, 2033, after the Great Kong War started, Jia is visiting her Iwi family of the Hollow Earth to study them. But in another part of the Hollow Earth, yes, the war breaks out. There's a sealed wall. By it, they're in a cavern with the two Kongs. They are fighting a giant mech known as Mogira. But as the mech was losing, it self-destructs, killing both Kongs, but opening the wall, creating a nuke. A kingdom on the other side, known as the Mudia, is discovered. Yes, the oppressive queen, known as Iris, wakes up from her bed. Seeing the destroyed wall, she smiles. 3 weeks later, Eileen Andrew joined Jia's monarch outpost to visit. They talk about Kong as Jia is growing worried for him by the day. A monarch worker comes and tells Andrews to turn on the TV. The Queen of Mudia is on the television, on the TV, in a destroyed White House, as she declares war on the surface. Then a bomb hits the silk shielding of the Iwi village. As it blows, a giant crab-like titan looms over the village. With soldiers from the Mudia Empire, Sephiroth, the crustacean god, destroys and stomps on the natives. Then Mothra, the one from GXK, awakens and flies towards the monster as they clash. Mothra is crushed and stabbed by its pincers, and then thrown across the kingdom. Mothra was defeated as the Mudia soldiers imprisoned the natives of this Hollow Earth kingdom. Eileen Andrews' leg was broken from her fighting a soldier before, but not before she killed him. She is bleeding heavily as Jia cries over her. Andrews died, and Jia, she's alone. Mothra purrs over Jia as she looks up and sees hope. Mothra offers to give Jia a ride to avenge their families. Kong's territory. Boots stabs a giant piranha titan as the crab looms behind him. It grabs Boots by the leg, throwing him onto Kong. He catches Boots and the foot is chopped off. Pissed, Kong punches Sephiroth in the face and stabs Kong's gut. As Kong's on the ground, awaiting his fate, a gust of light pushes the crab away. Seeing that it's a disadvantage, it escapes. Yes, the crab. Sephiroth escapes. Mothra flies onto Kong's arm, landing on it. Her silk covers up Kong's wound. Kong sees Gia and they embrace, hugging. Kong's as gentle as Andrew's as they go on their journey to find the kingdom. Kong was hugging the Yunnan rainforest. Leo sees her mother calling. As Ling Chen sees her fly, a tear comes down her eye. Sephiroth returns to Mudia to rest. Other cities are being destroyed by the Empire. Iris sees a picture. Iris, the queen of Mudia, sees a picture drawn 5,000 years ago of her daughter and son. She then sees Sephiroth and forces them to rise. Sephiroth, rise! Sephiroth cries in pain as she readies a giant cannon. It shoots an anchor, piercing the crab's shell, as it then shocks them. Mothra feels the crab's pain as it does an alpha call for help. A gust of light appears as Leo breaks into the Hollow Earth Kingdom. Mudia. Sephiroth fights Leo. Mothra, Gia, and Kong feel them fighting as they journey onto the trail. Kong feels Gia's sadness. He stops. Mothra puts Gia in Kong's hand. Kong realizes that Andrews is not with her, and Gia sees tears come down Kong's eyes. He cries to the sky, roaring in pain. Leo is knocked down. Back at the Hollow Earth Kingdom, Leo is knocked down and imprisoned. Godzilla awakens. They see the destruction of New York City. Godzilla pouts his nose and stomps into the city. He sees all the dead people and the survivors were being taken. As Godzilla roars, Godzilla runs towards the army and they shoot their cannon, but it has no effect. Godzilla destroys the platoon, uses their atomic breath that also kills the prisoners. Godzilla roars in anger. It hears Mothra. Iris sees the destruction of the platoon by Godzilla, through a psychic link. She remembers the past 1,000 years ago. 1,000 years ago in ancient times, BC. Iris, the Mudia queen, goes to the surface and tries to align with the humans of China. The country was scared, starting a war, killing everyone she loved. China started a war, killing everyone she loved, including her son and daughter. Who joined, and they never came back. Enraged, she expanded to other countries. Iris expanded to other countries. Mothra and Godzilla defeated the armies and finally imprisoned the kingdom. A destructive battle happened with Mothra, Godzilla, and Sephiroth as they imprisoned Sephiroth with the kingdom. It destroyed the Hollow Earth. It destroyed the Hollow Earth portals. This the last thing she saw of the surface was Mothra. Modern day, Kong and Mothra made it to Mudia. Yes, the queen saw Mothra, and she unleashed an army of flying fish, unleashing dark memories of sadness due to Mothra and the other monster that is not here yet. But she attacks Mothra with the flying monster piranhas, and they come out of the kingdom. Yes, through holes like a meteor. Mothra saw Leo imprisoned, and seeing the army of the fish monsters, she exploded in burning energy, destroying the army. Leo saw her mother as he was free. Yes, they both embrace, flying in circles and putting their heads together. Kong looks surprised with Gia, and they both smile. But then a roar is heard. It's Sephiroth. Yes, they beat the three monsters. Leo is then thrown onto a hollow earth structure. As Kong tries to stop them, it rips Mothra in half. Kong is thrown to the side as Leo watches Mothra's dead body drop like a heavy turkey. Yes, the portal sending the armies fluctuates as Sephiroth throws Mothra into the portal. Everything gets sucked into it, and Leo flies towards Sephiroth. A blinding light is seen. They're flying onto Beijing, China. So they land in Beijing, China, as a bunch of structures get shot out of the ground and then drop down, destroying the city. Everyone is running as they are being crushed by the rubble. Leo flies through and around the structures to get to Sephiroth. Unaware, it crashes with Leo. A giant burst of light is seen as Sephiroth's right eye and arm are gone. Kong and Gia are knocked out. Godzilla swims up and sees Leo fighting Sephiroth. Yes, the rage builds up as Leo uses the energy saved for Godzilla's burning form. Yes, to defeat them. It shoots two giant beams that come out of her wings, burning Sephiroth to a crisp. Leo falls to the ground as a shadow. Leo falls to the ground. A shadow looms over. As Leo lifts his head, it's Godzilla. And then a blinding light is seen. Yes, from Leo blinding Godzilla. Leo roars and flies away as Godzilla watches. Leo flies into the sunset. Godzilla is perplexed, by how different Leo is from the original Mothra. Kong wakes up Kong wakes up with Gia in his hands. Yes, they're both amazed as they see Mothra fiercely fly away. Mothra Leo fly away. Godzilla stomps in front of the ape. Kong looked scared and ready to fight. Kong clenches his fist. Godzilla angrily looks at Kong and growls at him. Kong clenches his teeth, but then Godzilla nods. As they walk back to the ocean, yes, they both watch the sunset. As Leo flies further away, he turns back and nods, and erupts the screen with light. The end. The post-credit scene. Zuko is seen taking care of Boots. Zuko, with other apes, make Boots a plank foot. Boots can walk now, and he is ready to fight again with Kong and Zuko and the whole army against the human forces that want to take over the Hollow Earth. The end.